Hey, all right. So a little intro music there, courtesy of me. And howdy, welcome to the show. And I am going to be working on this piece that I started Tuesday. I think I started on this Tuesday. It's drawn it with my Apple Pencil in Procreate. So, don't really have much more to say about it than that. That's it. So, here we go. So, when I left it yesterday, this is about where we were at. And I was doing some work down here, kind of trying to figure out the way I wanted to go with this. And so, that's what I'm going to continue to do now. So, let's see. So it is a beautiful day. You know, springtime is really great in my part of the country, and unless you have allergies, which I had some allergies, so it's a little. I often feel a little meh, you know, so. And it's something that's relatively new, the allergy thing. I didn't used to have allergies, like when I was a kid and stuff. But I seem to have developed them. Yay me, right? So... But lots of beautiful flowers and things blooming. You know, I'm willing to take the allergies, considering what I've got right outside my door. You know, just lots of natural beauty that I can't even begin to describe, much less draw. I've never been I've never liked landscapes. You know, I've always been more interested in figurative stuff, but as I've gotten older, I really do appreciate good landscape pictures. They're just they really are very nice. Let's see here. Trying to decide where that is so it's not there. There's a little bit of white there that I'm trying to get rid of. Okay, I'll try not to slouch as per normal. So where is that? Well, it has to be on here, but it's not. It's not on there. So I'm trying to find my... there's this goop on my layer, and I can't find it. This will happen often with me, trying to find something. I would have thought that it would have been that layer, but it isn't. Well, wait a minute, though. Maybe it is. So, oh, you know what? I do know what that is now. So that's not, it's not a layer. It's actually a hole in the yellow background here. So I'm going to fix that instead of using an eraser to fix it. I'm going to use my brush to fix it. There we go. It's doing the trick there. Okay, cool. Alright, now for this green thing here, which I believe is on this layer. Need to do some work on that. I hear my cat. Hello. Hello, kitten. Hello, kitten. My cat's under my seat here. Yeah, spring colds are the worst. I think most folks would be in agreement about that. So, yeah, I don't have a lot to talk about today. I guess I'll just talk more about what I'm doing. And that's probably more interesting anyway. So, what I'm doing here now is I'm drawing like the edge of the glass. So like if this were really a thick glass sphere, then this edge would be well, depending on what kind of glass it was, it'd be green, or so I'm making it green because the thickness, glass isn't really transparent. It's almost transparent. And because of that, because it's not completely transparent, but only almost transparent, then you get this effect. Like if you ever see a pane of glass and look at it edge on, you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm trying to render now. I'm trying to just kind of think about what that would look like without really referencing. I tend to not use reference 90% of the time. It's probably not good to do that, but I just find it a little taxing sometimes just to go out and try to find. Oftentimes I can't find a particular reference that I'm looking for anyway, and so it just gets to be easier just to handle stuff like that on my own. So there's that. Again, I'm trying to figure out where things are. I think that might just be an erasure. It's just where something's erased rather than where something's been added. So I think instead of that, I'm actually going to make, and see that came out the wrong color, so I'll have to like switch this back to normal. Like I say, spring colds, no bueno. It's a no bueno. So, alright. Now I can just fill this in, make sure I'm on the right layer. Yep. And I'm using my pencil instead of the brush, and that's why it's like gonna take forever. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here, because that's making that other layer not look as smooth. Okay, so I'm going to switch my brush up here. Get this done a little bit quicker. Just neatening up this edge a bit. It's not really that important that I do that, but just, while I'm here, I might as well, this kind of thing. Okay, so now I can make this multiply again and change the the opacity a bit. I might make it a little darker just to accentuate some things there. And now I'm noticing that there is a mark there. And I'll have to try and find that now. So I don't know. It may be again where I've erased. It's actually here on this layer. Yeah, it's on that. Okay. All right, so there's nothing I can do about that, so I'll just have to leave that off. But on the very tippy top, I'm gonna make some highlights. Give me a little overview here. Yeah, so that's looking all right. I got to think about how the this globe is, right? So this doesn't seem wide enough. That's way too nasty looking. So this highlight would follow the curve of the glass, right? So, and it would be quite hard edged. Highlights, the shinier an object is, the harder the edge of the highlight will be. So that was a little off. There's my kitten again. Hello, kitten. Hello, kitten. You gonna say hi? So this is the kitten. Her name is Trembles. Yeah, but you can't get on the table. No, can't get on the table. You're gonna fall down. All right. I'll see you later, okay? All right. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So for some reason I can't make that as round as I want. That's probably all right. So now I'm going to use the liquify brush because this is a little... I could just churn it, I think. If I just churn this little... I can see this is not going to work out. Alright. That's good, Trembles. I see you. You're wonderful. We love you. But you're driving me a little nuts here. So this is sometimes a problem, trying to grab something in Procreate. There we go. Sometimes it can be really hard to actually grab it. So that looks pretty decent. That's more like what I was thinking of. Ouch, your claws actually kind of hurt there, little one. Yeah. Yep, that's enough. That's quite enough. Quite enough there, kitten. Quite enough, quite enough. Alright, so now there will be a reflection of this arm on the there, and I drew that once. Nope, you gotta go. Gotta go. You gotta be persistent, don't you? Gotta be persistent with your cats. So I'm gonna draw that now. I'm gonna draw that on another layer. Actually, you know what? I think I know what she's wanting. She's wanting to go outside, so I should probably let her go outside. Okay, okay, okay. So, give me a second to take this wild and crazy animal outside. Yeah, you want to go outside? Is that what this is all about? No, you just want to sit there? Well, you can sit there. That's alright, you can sit there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I just draw this highlight, or not highlight, but a reflection here. And there are actually rules to doing this, like accurately. But I don't usually bother to do that. I just try to get it close to accurate, because it's a subtle kind of thing, right? It's not not a big deal. So I'm not sure that this will be the final color of these things, so I hesitate to do too much. I know that that one, I think I'm going to make that wire like a dark red, so I'll go ahead and kind of do that. That'll give me something to reflect. It's the thing that will make it's interesting, because the thing that will make this look like glass is not the treatment, the color of it. It's the things that are reflected in it will make it look more like glass than the actual treatment of the surface. And I learned that from 3D rendering way back. There was this program called Ray Dream Designer, and you could make 3D scenes with it. And I was always wanting to make things like glass and mirrors and chrome, and I found that if I didn't have a background image in the file, it wouldn't look like glass or chrome, even if I made it transparent. And it took me a while to figure out that a transparent shader is not really transparent. It's kind of weird. Ouch, your little claws are sharp, little miss. Yep, so I just carried on with that in my normal art practice. So there we go. So that looks pretty decent. Yeah, nice little detail there. So now I'm going to work on some more of these other things, like some of these hoses, make them maybe a different color, and add some details to it. But I don't want to get too far off of this color. So, yeah, that's right. I don't want to get too far off this color. So let's see. I think I'll just maybe do that type of treatment to it. Okay. We'll see how it looks. But let me get on the right layer. Ow, your little claws are killing me, so stop. You just need to stop. I guess I'll go ahead and make another layer. I get real messy with my layers, and sometimes I'll have layer discipline, and I'll actually, label all of my layers and call them the right things and all that. But, a lot of times I just don't. Just don't do it. And that's okay. Oh, sorry. Ooh, I squished the cat. This is going to be the weirdest live stream to date, probably. This live stream and stuff, it's really... And I definitely wonder if it's worth it at times, for sure. Cat hair on my, tablet here. You're so crazy, kitten. Crazy. Alright, I think she's finally had enough, so she's leaving. So, okay. So things might go a little smoother now. A little smoother. Yeah, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's see here. It looks to me like that little greeble there would maybe reflect on there too. So where are those at? Yep, that's the problem, is trying to find stuff. Once you get up so many layers deep, you know. Daggone, so where is it? Oh, there it is. There they are. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just, you know, indications. Just an indication. As my posture continues to devolve into here we go again. Sometimes I just say, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna put all these together. So that one's on that layer. This is dumb. This is dumb. Okay, so I'll need to put it here. Okay, that should still be fine. Alright, so I'm just going to be real cheesy straightforward with this. I'm not going to try to get super fancy. Yeah. Probably easier ways of doing this, but it's just the way I do it. Could probably use some kind of multiply brush or something like that and get it done quicker, or maybe better, but I prefer to do it this way. No real reason, just I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. No, I'm not stupid, but yeah, I like that better. I feel like this is, well, obviously this is really a boring one, right? I apologize. It's just sort of, some days I can really come up with a lot of stuff to say, but then sometimes it's hard to think of some, and I don't want to just, you know, be fake about it. I'd like to have something really interesting to tell you. It's a little bit too ham-handed there. I want this to be a little more subtle. These are panel lines, so I'm just accentuating them by putting a lighter shade of the base color down here underneath these darker lines, just to indicate an edge. And it's very effective at making it look like there's more there than really is. So it's a real economical way to get more realism. And I don't hit every single panel, but I do try to hit a good part of them. Places like that. It's subtle, but it's a nice effect. So finally, I've got to watch some Game of Thrones, And wow, oh, it's pretty pretty gritty. Pretty gritty. Of course, it is Game of Thrones. It's something that I think you kind of have to take for granted. Now, I don't know. Some people are very offended by Game of Thrones and think it's a really horrible, terrible show that people shouldn't watch. I mean, it is definitely violent, but should people not watch it? I don't know. No, I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, I wouldn't let my kids watch it, obviously, but and for the most part, it's not super egregious. There were definitely there have been times in the show where there was kind of pointless things going on, like sexual situations that didn't need to be in there for the story. It's just sort of a, just so you could have some titillation, right? But I watched True Blood, so that was like the worst ever for that. So I mean, if they want to see something that's egregious, they should just watch that. And that's truly egregious. I guess that lowered the bar for me, being subjected to that show. But yeah, I'm glad that show was finally done. It's like, geez, Louise, this is just really again. What is it now? It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to go into the whys and wherefores of that one. Nothing good could come of that. Let's try this as pink. The yellow just made it look like it was showing some of the background rather than being something inside of it. So that's pretty good there. And this is kind of the deal. I'll just keep doing this until I run out of stamina, I guess. Or I get done, whichever comes first. Just adding a little bit more color. I think adding a little color to things like, a gray robot, I think that's a great way to introduce a little realism too, because, things are never just one color, right? So if you add a bit of variation, I think that helps. That may not be enough variation from the base color, but maybe I'll make a different hose that color, and then make that hose a different color. Let's see if this green will show up. Yeah, it's alright. That'll work. And then I'll make this smaller hose. I'll make it even a brighter shade here. Since it's smaller, because I don't want to add these huge pops of color, right, and start getting your eye messed up. But I do want to add some color throughout. Okay, so the color picker is a little flawed in that it won't pick the exact right color. And you can see the little panel lines I've been doing here. It'll pick what's actually there rather than, like in Photoshop, if you use a color picker on a multiplied layer, it'll still pick that color. And so with Procreate, it doesn't do that. It picks the color that looks the way it looks on the screen. And so sometimes you have to turn a layer off in order to pick the color accurately. So there we go. So there's the accurate color. And I'm just going to lighten it up a little. Just make a highlight here on the top of it. And that can kind of be annoying when you're trying to do something like this where you're lightening things up and stuff, trying to, man, it's not going to be very different. Let me do that. Okay. And again, these are going to be real subtle changes. As you can see, when I put the screen back over it, you can barely tell I did anything, so I probably will leave that where it's at then. So let's go down to this layer, and let's pick this grayish color here. Okay, now turn him back on. Go pretty light because before it was pretty subtle, so make my brush a little bigger. Well, it's not quite big enough. Let's switch to the round brush so I can get real subtle here with this. A little smaller. The high spots here obviously are going to have more light on them. Go. Now we can leave it smaller and hit some of these thrusters here just to kind of give them a little definition. Stand out a little bit, even though they're not supposed to stand out too much. There we go. Maybe hit that little highlight there. Okay, let's zoom out here. Look. It's looking pretty good. This looks a little more contrasty on the monitor here than it does here, but that's okay. So I'll go back one more time and select this. Select that because I got to color in this little bit here, so I'll need to switch back. Turn that back on. There's lots of little messy places and things. I'm definitely not going to bother with fixing every little flaw, because then I'd be here a while, right? I would work on this a little bit more. So let's see, where is that? It's right there. So just make that really dark, almost black. So yeah, Game of Thrones is, I mean, it's not, there's a lot of things that are better than Game of Thrones, right? I mean, to be honest, it isn't the greatest show since Seinfeld, which of course that and the Andy Griffith Show are the two pinnacles of television entertainment. But it is good. It is good. I love... But it's because everybody loves a good... I was going to say a revenge story. I guess it is sort of a revenge story. I mean, I'm still waiting for, you know, one of the characters to get her just desserts. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to say who it is. I think anybody that follows the show probably know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that's about... it's all I've been... It's the only thing I've watched except for the Avengers movie in a while. The Avengers movie was very good. I don't think that surprises anyone. So it was important to me when I started this little project that the robot be kind of realistic and not like a Gundam type robot, but something that would be a little more gritty and believable. Alright, I think that's about got the robot there. So, see how long? 36 minutes. Well, it's not been super duper long. I feel like I apologize. I feel like I'm not being very entertaining today. Feel great. I'm not sad or anything. Just whoop. I may be getting a little burnt out with the streaming, but I mean, I don't feel burnt out about it. It's so easy to do as far as just being able to just pick up and do it, right? I can just do it. I don't have to... Wait, that won't work. Unless this layer is up here. Now it works. Do I want to do it that way? I don't think so. I'm just going to get rid of that altogether. Okay. Yog. Let's put a little color down in here. Like there's some wiring of some kind. It's in there. Pick a few different colors there. That's probably good. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's probably a good place to stop with the robot guy. He looks like he's just about done. Yeah, okay. Oh, and by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to... That would help a lot, right? So if you guys started talking, then I wouldn't have to worry so much about it being boring. And of course, I do worry about that. And so I don't even know what that layer is, or that layer. That's probably something important. Or I may have just made it... I don't know. Okay, so I'll have to put it... Well, but that's a... Yeah, it has to go beneath that layer, above that layer. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Yeah, I really need to be better about my layers for sure. Instead of just being... You know, I need to take the time and actually make them something rather than just putting layer after layer after layer until I finally run out. I'm like, okay. And then I have to dress it. It's like, okay, I guess it's time to look at the layers now. That is one big honking club. And that won't work. I'll have to use maybe a khaki color kind of color. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Let's see, because that's the skin color. Let's try this orangey one. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to use this. This is my favorite color, is this orange. This red orange. There we go. Alright, let's have a look. Cool. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. Looking on the screen, you know, because of the delay, I'm looking at the caveman guy. And he looks pretty good zoomed in on like that. So cool. Cool. Alright, well, so that's about it. So we'll cut a little short today. Yeah, Yog. I'm gonna so I'll just tell you what my idea for this little project is that I mentioned a little bit about it before, but this is something that's going to be, I'm going to try to make a little risograph comic out of it at some point. Also, I've been interested in trying out the webtoon world, and this might be a good project for that because it's going to be relatively short, but you know, lots of action, and it should lend itself better to that kind of a format than my graphic novel that I'm working on, which work is proceeding. And I'll probably be back on that tomorrow if anyone's interested, doing a little more coloring on that. And I need a haircut. That much is obvious. So yeah, so thanks for watching. People have been watching more often. I appreciate it. I'm still just have 7 subscribers. So if you do like it, I'm gonna, you know, my promise to you is that I will make this better and better and better. I really want it to be something entertaining, something that's worth watching. So send your comments, send some ideas, whatever you'd like to see. And you know, if I can do it, if I can pull it off, I will. So, or if there's something you want me to elaborate on as far as instruction goes or anything like that, yeah. So I do this for fun and because I like it, and if you guys will watch, then I will keep doing it. And yeah, so you guys have a great day. I'm gonna bring us out with a little theme music. Okay, all right. Boo pop doo doo boo doo doo pop doo doo bo 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 bo.